But I mean, it's always important to not only believe in yourself, but also to find a following and people that actually believe and push in you, and push you to move further yourself. You're gonna come across those bumps in the road where things get really, really hard, and it's heartbreaking sometimes. And just having those people to sort of lean on when you're feeling down definitely helps.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast with an elephant. Always welcome. It's me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack and our lovely ladies Coco and Alyssa.
Whew. Yeah, we got everybody here tonight.
Yeah,
absolutely. You good?
Yeah.
You straight? She back?
I'm good.
She back, y'all?
Yeah.
She back?
I missed you.
Oh man, yo man, I was actually looking forward to this episode today, and I have no idea why. Like I was just like, yo, I feel like I got a lot to say, and now I'm just like, stunted. Like really? I'm just like, I don't really know where to start, man. It's been a hell of a week.
I think I kind of know where to start.
It's been a hell of a week. What's up?
Alyssa, Marcus,
you first.
Surprise interview.
Oh, I thought we were going to do
Oh, no.
I thought I was going to count and then we do the surprise, but surprise interview!
Yeah!
Huh?
We're interviewing the author.
AJ.
No, that's not what this book was supposed to be like. That's not what this episode was supposed to be about. How y'all week go?
It was pretty good.
You shut that down.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like surprises.
Maybe next week.
Goodness.
No,
now that he knows.
No.
Now that he knows, he can prepare.
It's cool. It's cool.
I do. Prepared for the real world.
I do. Before we if we're going there, I do want to give a shout out to two books that we have here on the at the podcast table. One by Mr. Chris Kitt, one of our fellow co-workers that we used to work with at Lovely Vanilla. Awesome guy. The book, it's an awesome book. I haven't read it yet. Got it in the mail yesterday. And also have another book by Miss Catherine Bracone. First of all, Blogs to Blueprints is Chris's book, and Tap Millennial are the two books that we have here. So shout out to those two, and it's not an easy thing to produce something like a book. It's very complicated process, very long process, and you have to be absolutely dedicated to do so. So yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Big ups to y'all, man.
Can't wait to read it.
Great, yeah. Much success to both of you, man. Round of applause for those people who that was corny as hell.
Yes, you are.
But yeah, we just wanted to give a shout out. Just that's all. But anyway, so we're preparing for a cookout this week.
A cookout.
Yeah.
Cookout / homewarming or housewarming.
Yeah. So something funny happened.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Are we ready to tell this? Is it too soon?
You can tell it.
Is it too soon?
You can tell it.
Okay.
It might help.
I went there.
It might help.
I went there. So Monday we were Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. We were really excited about some stuff that we had to get for the house. Things like including the new cabinetry that we have in the kitchen. But we also got one big very valuable lesson. we so all right. Let me start the story over because I don't want to like knock on that and just like rush right into it without giving y'all context and setting up the thing. So Alyssa and I, we were already planning this. We were ready for this, and we were excited that we were getting all of this new stuff. It was almost like Christmas getting out of work on Sunday evening, right? So we go to Home Depot, and first thing we do, we rent their truck because we was like, we got some big stuff coming. We gonna need the truck. We got the big ass pantry. We got some other stuff, and we was like, yeah, we got the ladder. We gonna need a truck as it can't fit in the Sonata. It's cool. All right, cool. We get the truck. Get the keys to the truck. We start walking around the store, and by the time we actually get everything in, like to the register to buy it, we get the stuff outside, and we started putting the stuff. Well, I went to go get the truck, and there is a note on the truck saying that you need to come to a tool rental. I go to tool rental. They say, we about to close. You can't get this truck. And I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, hold up. I need this joint. Like, for real. Like, we like right down the street. I think I can get it back before y'all close, right? So the girl was like, all right, it's cool. But this, just this time, I'll go ahead and stay. You seem genuine. You seem like you really punctual. I'm like, yeah, I'm right. Like literally 15 minutes away. I think we can go ahead. We got to load the stuff up right now. We got the stuff in front of the store. Like there's nothing else we can do about it at this point. So you got a question?
Yeah, like she couldn't just like roll with y'all unload everything and be like, here's the keys.
No, because when you
She's
done
on the
with
clock
it,
and can't do that.
yeah, then that too. Like when you done with it, you got to go fill up the gas too. So like that. So
Worked it out and be like,
Yeah.
right. So we get this stuff on. I finally convinced her to like, yo, I'll be back. Like it's like 7:20 right now. I'm like, yo, we 15 minutes down the road. We about to load the stuff up right now. I got the stuff sitting in front of the store, like outside. Like there is no turning back right now. Like so we go out there, and I get the truck, and we drive off. I drive off and go up to the front of the store, and they were like, "Yeah, because we about to close. I don't know.
Randomly close at 8.
Yeah, we
on a
randomly
Sunday.
close at 8. So I mean, people start at this point. You know how folks do like an hour before they about to close. Motherfuckers start slacking off. So we out there on top of the things that I said that we purchased. We also got a grill. We had to wait outside for the grill. For about 15 minutes, we waited for somebody to come unlock the grills. We found out that they won't even unlock. We could have just took the joint and just gone about our business. But because we were rushing, we threw the stuff on the truck, didn't think twice about it, and kept it moving. We found out really the hard way, that a grill is top heavy. So we so you know how how Temple Avenue got the roundabout, right? So we drive, we pull off from Home Depot, and we take the roundabout, and the grill just walk right out the side of the roundabout. And the grill just goes slide across the roundabout. And I was looking, and we were like looking in the rearview mirror. Alyssa was looking back out the window, and she was like, "Oh no, 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 no!"
I really just want it to be real.
And the grill just like slid across the road, like just all the pieces. Pieces all out the middle of the road. Oh man. So yeah.
It now has character.
It got character, bro. Like for real. Like I used to put those together, and I would say that when I worked at Sears, I used to put those together. And I would say, like right now, those grills, man, they the companies that make those, man, they make them tough. Okay. They make them tough. Got a few dents and bruises and stuff. I have no idea if the propane hookup still work or not, but we gonna find out tomorrow. My bad, man. Yeah, man. That's And you know, one thing that I had told Alyssa during that point, and we can laugh about it now, but it definitely was not funny when we had to hop out that big ass rental truck and pick that shit up like out in the middle of traffic. Like there were people beeping at us, and like we had that joint at a standstill trying to pick up grill parts and shit. So, but yeah, one thing that I learned in that little situation, man, was like back in the day, like had that happened to me, like when I was like 22, 23 years old or something like that, I would have been pissed. I would have been absolute pissed. I ain't even get the warranty on the joint, y'all. So I can't do nothing about that. That's mine. It's like I can't do nothing about it. I would have been pissed back in the day, but like for real, like yo, it brought something to me as I was riding and watching the top flap on the grill on the way down 95. I was like, yo, like you have all the right to be upset about this, but you also have all the right to just let it go. It happened already. You can't cry over spilled milk. So yeah, man, I learned
Spilled grill.
Spill. It was a wipeout. So yeah, man. How y'all week been, man? Let's not make it all about us.
I made a list of all the programs. So each program gets a day. Day strictly for that program that I'm going to work on. Mm-hmm. From music making, doing sound effects with Audacity. I got like a couple of affinity programs that's going to help with like doing like cover art, stuff like.
You said Affinity?
Affinity, yeah.
Yo, we just downloaded Affinity. That thing is awesome, bro. Like,
here we go.
That's what we use to make the book cover.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
All right, dope. Y'all get them on sale?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
They're like
50% off now.
Yeah.
We got photo and designer.
I did all three. Photo, designer, and publisher. Yeah.
Publisher.
Sprite and Blender for like the characters and whatnot. So still, like I said, got everything out the way, got all the programs, so no excuses why stuff shouldn't be made. Just gotta hammer it out.
He putting in work.
Yeah.
He putting in work. I love it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, for anybody who's not in the know, the Ascension Media team has intellectual property now. And the first of many intellectual properties that our company owns is The Gem State Siege, written by yours truly. This book can be found right now on Amazon in ebook and paperback, and you could very well in the near future see this book on a lot more platforms and even in stores.
Yep.
Really soon. And look, and libraries near you.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we about to try to go on tour with this with doing book signings and things of that nature really soon, and going to put in a lot of work, man, because people got to know who I am, man. Like I gotta get out here and put the Ascension brand on the map, man, because obscurity is our biggest enemy right now. So yeah.
Soon to be overcome.
Y'all good?
So the book tour, like how much is it to get into that?
What do you mean?
Like how do you set that up? Like
it would be a matter. I mean, I guess it would be just like a tour manager setting up like an actual tour with like music and stuff like that. Like you just call around a bunch of venues and just try to set up a show. And try to figure out, like, with those type of things, it would be you're, like, trying to figure out what you're covering as far as, like, door costs and stuff like that with the venues. But, being that this is just this is a book and I'm an author, I'm not really, like, about to give you sales on the
concert seats.
Yeah, I don't have concert. Like I don't have a show to sell people. Then there are people who come in your establishment that may not buy my book, so I can't necessarily give you a cut of the books that I make, because that wouldn't necessarily be fair. So it's just all about like reaching out to different places and trying to like get yourself a slot and figure out what to like how you can become a value to the owner and the establishment itself.
So, how do you feel now that your book is out and published and getting bought? And it's been a long time.
Man, what, bruh? Like, all right, so I talked to one of our friends recently, and like this dude has never read any of my stuff, man. And like he came and found me, like he saw me at work, and he ran up on me like yo,
Come on.
yo, I can't put this joint down, bruh. Like I was like, hold up, bruh, for real? Like, and it's not even the first time I heard this. Like, yo, they like there are people who are reading this book right now.
Some people are
And
almost done.
There's a person who read it twice.
Wow.
And they in 2 days after receiving it, I'm like, yo, for real? Like, I was like, all right, so I'm so used to people who like they say they support you, but they don't never put their money where their mouth at. It's a lot. It says a lot about like somebody who would support you without telling you they supported you, and then like verbally like come out and just be like, yo, I love that, you got to do it again. Like straight up, I love that, you got to do it again. And I've been struggling with this whole proof of concept thing, man. Like everything that I've done in my life, like I've never had a proof of concept. And proof of concept is pretty much this: like I'm doing this, but is there a need for this? Is there like, do people actually want this? Because like you out here trying to like sell ice to an Eskimo, like I can't necessarily sell no ice to an Eskimo. They got ice everywhere, like for real. Like they don't need no more ice. Like you can't sell them no more ice.
And that actually led to one of my other questions. Like, do you write for yourself or for audiences?
So at first I was like, the first 10 years I was writing for myself. And that's where it changed. I decided that, all right, like all it took was for one person to say, you can't let this die with you. All that sound cool and all, but when are you going to put it on paper? Because that shit sound interesting as fuck. And when I wrote it, this person put their money where their mouth at. It was like, all right, I bought a copy. I'm gonna read it. Like I was like, oh shit, yeah, cool, dope. And not only that, but like one of the people who like the only person who like jumped in the trenches with me and helped me with it, she believes in it, in the idea. And like when we first met, like she just always told me like, that is amazing that you can come up with that, and I'll be here with you every step of the way and help you as much as I possibly can. And she put in just as much hours trying to edit this thing and like beat it with the hammer, trying to make sure that it was perfect. Like, man, we went in on that. We spent at least 20 hours getting that book right before we put it out, man. And like when you got something like that with you, like when you got people like that behind you, bro, like it's hard not to keep going.
Very inspiring. Sorry. I just lost a quarter.
What happened?
I'm sorry. I'm back on track.
Did y'all make bets on me?
Oh.
She kind of made a bet.
You agreed to it.
I had no parts in this. I'm just confused.
What the fuck?
I did hear about this prior, but I was like, what?
Okay, moving forward.
Okay. God damn.
Care to share with the class?
We didn't even ask the question, and he just up and said,
But a quarter, though.
A quarter?
I
I
wanted
didn't wanna lose.
$10.
I didn't want to lose.
So she bet it low.
Hey,
Pussy.
scared money don't
I
make
have
money.
Oh, So what was this bet though? I'm curious.
Because I was like, you can ask him what's expiring. She's like, no, he's going to say something corny like, I inspired him to love and. I love you. My face hurt. My face hurt.
Well, at least somebody got faith in me. I mean,
Doesn't that mean I do?
this is a lose-lose situation. Marcus, go on with the next question. Goddamn it. Goddamn.
What got you in the mindset to be here? Did you always have that mindset, or somewhere along the line something had to change, switch? Because I listened to, I don't know if you heard their latest episode, but E.T.
Oh yeah, you know I did.
Getting out of that consumer's mindset into a producer's mindset.
Oh man, it was that alone, man. It was that alone. Like, yo, for real. Like, how much more money can I spend on Marvel, bro? Like, like at this point, like how much more money can I spend on them, bro?
And
just
truly,
to keep getting disappointed, bro. Like, yo, like every time they come out with something, man, like you always have like these high expectations of something, and then they turn around and just disappoint you and kill Tony Stark, bro. Like for real, like, like, yo, like how, but. To answer the question in all seriousness, man, no, I haven't always been like that, man. People like listening to people like ET, bro. Like it wasn't the first time I heard the whole producer versus consumer mentality, bro. Because they definitely talked about that on a like it was like episode 100 something. And I when I heard that back then, bro, I was like, oh my God, like that gotta, like, you know, the inability to self-assess. I ain't necessarily got that. I'm like, I put myself under a microscope all the time, and I'm like, I got these dreams, I got these goals, and the problem was that like with this universe, y'all know I've been writing this universe for 10 years, but there's never been a point where I stopped writing it. There's just never been a point where I was serious enough about it to push it forward and to actually follow through on what I said I was going to do. Now, I was pretty much like my man that we talked about a few episodes ago, where I was always saying that I was going to do it. Because I always said I was going to publish a book one day. I always said I was going to be a published author. But every time I started doing something, I was like, I found whatever reason to get myself out of it. Found a reason to talk myself out of it. And I realized at some point, yo, you got to stop doing that. Somebody's waiting on this. You're going to have to push it out there. And then on top of that, you got 160 something characters. I had 160 something characters when I had that realization. Now that I got this prequel series, is about somewhere close to 250 now. But I had this realization like, yo, what happens to this if you die today? Who gets this when you die? Because you can't put this in your will. Like, it don't exist right now. Like, you are the living embodiment of exactly what this document says. And if this document isn't pushed by you, it dies here. If something happens to you. So my thing was, and you know, I'm all on this thing about legacy. I'm all on this legacy thing. So if I never leave the world with anything, then I wasn't here.
Yep.
It's kind of like if somebody said like, hey, yo, this happened to me, that happened to me, that happened to me. Okay, is it on TikTok? All right, then it don't exist. Like, it ain't happen, bro. Like, for real. Like, you shut up then. If you weren't recording it, it didn't happen, right? So like I'm on this thing like, yo, like if you got the idea, put it out there, bro. Cause like the one thing, the place with the biggest dreams, the most extravagant dreams in the world, the biggest place with the biggest dreams is the graveyard, full of people who had ideas and never put them out there. And I didn't want to be that person.
Somebody had to know about the Ascension universe. Lots of people.
Everybody. You will. Like Fall Out Boy said, you will remember me for centuries.
Awesome. So I would like to know, what is your writing process?
Fake it till you make it.
Pantsing?
Uh-huh.
What'd you call it? Pantsing?
Pantsing. No, I don't pants anymore.
What?
I don't. I can't. So there's terms in the writing community. You have a pantser is a person who just fly by the seam of their pants when they're writing.
Okay.
With no outline. They just kind of go in and just be like, all right, I'm a freestyle. I'm a Lil Wayne this joint. And they end up with like this sporadic story that don't make no damn sense and end up sounding like Edgar Allan Poe. I'm pretty sure Edgar Allan Poe was a pantser. And then you have a planner. You have a planner that actually plans their stories out. And then you have a plantser that does some kind of hybrid mix of the two. Melissa's pretty much calling me a pantser. I tried
I
pantsing.
couldn't remember if it was that one or the third.
I'm a plantser. I would say I'm a plantser. I tried to pants this one. It didn't go good. It didn't go good. I ended up rewriting the whole thing. I knew what I was going to talk about. I had a general idea, but she asked me about my writing process. That shit ain't important. Writing process. What is my writing process? At one point, my writing process was whenever I got free time at work and time to do some shit I ain't supposed to be doing, I would write while I was at work. I tried the whole sitting in front of your computer for hours on end trying to type up something. It works. And I find like that's the time where I get like the best quality stuff, but also get that same quality when I'm editing the stuff that I write at work. So it really just doesn't matter to me. I'm just like, yo, the book got to be written, so I'm just going to write it wherever I can. And remember, I started off writing this thing on an iPod Touch. Y'all remember how small the iPod Touch was? Like the first generation iPod Touch, you like with my big ass fingers tapping 3 buttons at the same time. My writing process is definitely very unorthodox. Like James Patterson would probably frown down upon me.
Oh no.
I would assume that at some point, like if writing was my 40-hour work week, I would be sitting in front of a computer, but right now I just don't really have time to sit in front of a computer like that. So, I got to do what I can.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But soon.
And how soon depends on me.
Okay. So I read the first chapter of the book already, but I want to know, are there any Easter eggs to the next series?
Absolutely. There is an Easter egg in this book for the next series and 3 series ahead of this one. There's also Easter eggs to the next book in this one. Okay. So, and there's also stuff that you will learn about the characters of this story and the upcoming stories. So, stay tuned for that. Yes.
Keep reading.
Can't wait.
Keep reading. There's a lot of people asking me like, yo, like, and I had to. All right, so y'all already know, like, I got this stuff like kind of planned out already. Mm-hmm. I know what's going to happen already, and I'm just like, when people come talk to me about it, it's still like unreal, and I just like, I want to just like, yo, you should wait till you see what happened.
Ooh, can't say it.
Can't do that. Can't do that. I'm like, I almost have to like refrain from having conversation. Like when the one girl came and asked me about what happened to something at the end of the book, and I'm like, hold up, like we got to stop this conversation because I've been fucking around and tell you some shit that you've been fucking around and not even had to buy the next book. Like,
be like, I read this part and she died. It's like, what? No, she's still alive and
She got resurrected in book 3.
So, do reviews affect you?
Absolutely.
Both positive and negative.
All right. So, affecting me personally, or just affect the brand? What we referring to?
As a writer.
As a writer, do reviews affect it? All right. So, I haven't gotten any reviews yet. It's a little too early to talk about that. I would say that it depends on what the review is talking about. Like some people, they don't like anything. Like if Gordon Ramsay of the reading community just like buy my book and just like trash that joint, and I see that it's on his profile, he trashed everything that he read, I'm not gonna listen to that. But if somebody like absolutely have some real life constructive criticism in the review, I'm going, first of all, I'm gonna be like, yo, why didn't you just DM me on Facebook? Like, for real, like, we could have talked
Like,
about
damn.
that. Like, yo, you could have left me a neutral Jane, like at least a 3-star Jane. You had to go with the
damn,
1 though,
one.
like, but yeah, like, I it wouldn't affect me at all, like, for real. Like, I tell people all the time, and even when I gave out the beta reads for the first the first book of the next series, even when I gave that joint out, I'm like, yo, for real, this book isn't for you to enjoy. I told everybody, this book isn't for you to enjoy. This book is for you to give me feedback. And 2 people came and gave me feedback on that book, and I was excited about it. I was excited. I was like, yeah, give me all of it. I want every bit of negativity you could possibly throw at it. Poke all the holes in it that you possibly can, because that's the only way it's going to get fixed. So does negative reviews affect me? Probably not.
All right, Aaron. Do you think you can become a better writer, or what's one thing you will give up to become a better writer?
My job.
I was like, we already know that. Yeah, we already know that.
Understandable.
My job.
Well,
I feel like that's the only thing that's stopping me
Well.
from doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah, a little on the fun side. So, I'm into writing children's books. What was your favorite book growing up as a child?
Amelia Bedelia.
Really?
Why does that sound?
Yeah.
The little girl that always doing shit wrong?
Yeah, that was my favorite one. Those and the Curious George ones. I used to love those. Used to love those. Or
She had
everything.
some pretty good ones.
Everything with the what is it? The little book with the gold on the ends of it. They
The
make a whole.
golden book.
The golden, is it the little golden book?
The golden book.
Yeah, those ones, all of those, like
Yeah, I
everything
love
with those, like back in the day, man, had me intrigued, man. I have no idea why. No idea why. I had plenty of them in my house, man.
I was like, technically, she wasn't wrong. Y'all just needed the word, like, draw the drapes.
Facts, bro. Like the one joint that hit me. The one joint that hit me was when she was playing baseball, and it was like, run. She hit a home run, and she was like, run home, Amelia, run home. And she ran straight home. They was like, we can't find her.
Poor choice of words.
Right.
Words matter.
That's what the book was teaching. I swear it was.
I never thought of that.
Talking to the mic, babe.
I never thought of that. Why didn't I think of that? Damn, that's a strong message. I didn't get it. I wonder if everybody else got it. I mean, you obviously got it, but you wouldn't even know the book existed. I don't even want to hear
It's
that.
not your fault. That's why I felt sorry for her, because I was like, she wasn't wrong. But all right. So since you have this book out and many books to come, what advice could you give to starting or amateurish, or we're all amateurish, but starting book publishing, writers?
Just the web idea.
People who started on their writing journey,
Yeah.
actually write it.
Just do
Stop
it.
talking about writing it and just write it. Like, that's one thing. And I only say that because that's the most I'm not gonna say that's the most advice, but the biggest piece of advice that I can give is because like my biggest hindrance of starting off was just the fact that I didn't write it. Like that was it. And I have people around me all the time. They say that they're going to start something and they just never write it. So I mean, like the biggest advice I can give is just write it, or at least for like put the ideas down.
You can make it English later. I proved it.
Oh God, like oh. Woo! I ain't even gonna go there. I'm just gonna tell y'all this. Like, be thankful. Everybody who picks up this book and enjoy this book will be very thankful for Alyssa. I promise you.
No. I totally understand, because like that's how I do notes sometimes. Like if I don't know how to spell it, or if I don't know like exactly what I just like, all right, yellow sky boat. And then I'm like, those 3 words mean something to me that I can remember later. Like, that's the idea.
A cloud and sunset.
Yellow sky boat.
No, it's
Summertime on a boat.
They were just random words. It wasn't meant for
Oh,
anybody
okay.
else.
I was like, wait,
I'm
what?
just saying that the randomness, I will get it later. But that's the idea that I would have. That's how I do
Wow.
notes.
That's like
no,
one of
he
those
would speak
like
in flowers. I just had to.
that was
clean
like
it
one
up
of
a
those
bit.
mind teaser worksheets that they used to give back in back in school. I was like yellow sky boat. What is that? TikTok? Instagram.
Yes.
Like one of those questions where it's like no wrong answer.
Oh, and also like with that, but a little piece of advice for people out there, man. Just don't be afraid to put out what you want to put out. Like I feel like this is just another piece of art that I do. Like this is art, and like there was one point where I was worried about like, all right, so and when you're doing something like this, it's easy to say that it has to be absolutely perfect in order for me to put out, and that is so not true. I've read bestseller, national, international bestsellers with typos in it.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter how perfect it is. It just, and if you like it, if you're writing it and you like it, obviously you have a readership somewhere. You just got to go out there and find them. But you can't find your readership to a book that doesn't exist. So
They
don't
can't
be
find it on your
afraid.
Google Drive.
Don't be afraid.
Google.
Don't be afraid to actually go out there and make a fool of yourself a few times. Like it'll be all right. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just put
swimming. Just keep swimming.
right. That we sung that song a few times actually while editing the book. So
Yeah.
yeah, we did. We needed it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow. So you got something?
Look how easy it is to edit a book now, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh God.
Right.
We edited half of it in a day.
Ooh.
Yeah, that not the first, not this one.
Oh.
This one took us a while.
Yeah. That one took us like a week to get through 6 chapters.
We were also on different shifts at the time too.
Yeah.
Oh, true. True. Very
Yeah.
true. So all this, the interview, the things that were just said, kind of correlate to the topic that I wanted to get into. Like I said, with the consumer versus producer's mindset. Now that we have these things being produced, we already got the ball rolling. We already got the snowball going down the hill. It's just produce. Like we just got things lined up. All we have to do is push them out, and that's what I kind of want to like tell the audience. Just like you said, don't be afraid to just put whatever you have out there. Whatever you think of, it's your thoughts, and if it's something that you're passionate about, just put it out there. Even if there's somebody already doing it or already has something similar, there's none like yours.
Right.
A lot of times,
Even though if you're a writer, Grammarly will tell you that it is something like that somebody else wrote, but it's just a sales pitch. I promise you. Don't even listen to it.
is it really Grammarly would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
the pro
check for
version or the free
plagiarism.
version.
So if you got the free version, so Grammarly told me that the first book of the first chapter of the second book was plagiarized. It had plagiarism in it on the free version. So I already had the pro version, but I wasn't logged in at the time. So it was like, you have plagiarism in this. So what they do is they show you that and say that it has plagiarism, so you can click on it. They can send you to the buy link to say that find out how you can fix this by buying this. So when you buy it, they tell you that it matches up percentage wise to another piece of work. So I got in there and it was like 0.1% of this random ass blog on Google.
Plagiarism.
The Mermaid is.
I mean, but plagiarism in general is a tricky
That's a little hint of what the next
tricky subject. I never.
Easter egg.
Hey, Aaron. So, do you believe in writer's block?
No, absolutely not.
4K?
Why? I feel like, I don't know, maybe it might be because I've been in this space of writing this same universe for so long, but I've always had so many ideas going into it that it's just kind of hard to have writer's block. Like I noticed that so I wrote this one-off kind of like a biography one time, just kind of playing with the idea of writing this thing one time, and it was about me. And I had writer's block because of that, but because I was like, I don't really know which format to put this in. So, but it wasn't I don't know what to write next kind of thing. So I guess if you were like one of those people who were just like trying to come up with an idea on the spot, it would be kind of hard to write something on the spot, like kind of like freestyling the story. But as far as like having writer's block, I mean, I guess I've practiced improv a little bit, so I don't really know.
Even in your planning, there wasn't like a hold on him.
No, that stuff just flows out of him like blood.
I once had a conversation with Alyssa about like some stories that I had they were ideas. They were this. They were this. This didn't even exist. Like the idea for this didn't exist until NaNoWriMo.
Yep.
Like literally, I wrote the plan for this book in like a day, and was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna write this. This will be my 50,000 word story. I'll just release it as a one-off. No, it's gonna be a whole story, and we're gonna have this, and that happen over all the stories.
And I sat up there one night, and I talked to Alyssa about it, and was just telling her like the entire, like all the potential of what I could do with the prequel series leading up to the main title. This ain't even the main title, right? By the way, I just want to go ahead and put that out there and just say hint. But anyway, I sat up there and talked to her about the entire like sequence of events, and she was just like mind blown. Like, you literally just came up with that just now.
And he was like, well, within the last 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Clearly one of us is better at coming up with ideas than the other.
So yeah, writer's blocks now.
All right. What does literary success look
like to me? Literary success.
What would make you say this shit is successful? Like
when I actually finish what I said I was going to do. When I finish what I said I was going to do. Yeah, that's the words I was looking for.
Completed.
When everything is written.
All right.
When everything is written.
All 90. What?
97.
God damn.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
Harry Potter.
Okay. All right.
No.
No, I was thinking One Piece. I'm like,
it's really close to about 97. I'm thinking like that's just adding on a few different titles that I haven't really took account of that kind of go in between stuff, just like things that, because I want to like continually bring out content. Like I don't never want to be like stagnant when it comes to putting stuff out there. So like I just kind of made like this long list of things that I've thought about already, and there is a stopping point. At some point I understand that this can't like you can't continue doing this forever, like the One Piece thing. Like the guy just kind of did it and he was just like, all right, so Marcus, how many episodes of One Piece is it?
It is past 9. It's almost in the thousands.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is an anime. So
that
yeah,
started when we were young.
Yeah,
No.
I was like 9, I want to say. And that was, I think One Piece was probably out before I was that old.
Probably.
So yeah, like right now, like I'm looking at the book list right now, and like the book list shows 89 lines right now. So those are all the stories that I already know what's going to happen in. So that's just things that I need to write. So yeah.
Yeah. About every couple of weeks, he adds another series.
Really?
Yeah. I got one to add in now. That's where the 97 came from.
All right.
That probably wasn't a question.
No, you kind of answered. When you're finished with it, basically, I think literary success is more along the lines of like, is your book successful when it's bought by, say, this many number of people, or when you just publish it, or
When you have
it's
like a
like-
cult following.
I was going more towards like if you had a message or a story that you wanted to tell, like
Oh, yeah, that too. It could be anything. It's your answer.
I can get into both of those actually. The story that I wanted to tell, like in a nutshell, I want to get people to think outside the box. Like there are things that could happen in the world that, I mean, obviously you ain't about to see like nobody with like superhuman strength or anything like that. I mean, maybe not, but you know,
Never know.
it is 2021 and the COVID vaccine is being administered right now. So you could start seeing people with like superhuman powers and like mutants and shit. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll be scheduling myself to get a COVID vaccine if that's the case. Especially if it make me teleport, bruh.
What if it's like a Russian roulette type thing? It's like you just don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, I still would take it, but
For what if one of those things is death though?
I mean,
I don't know if I want to play Russian roulette with that. I don't know if I want to do
it's
that.
like death or some
Or
type of
superpower.
superpower.
Or nothing. You just did it for nothing. Just to get sick. So yeah, like the message, yeah, definitely thinking outside the box and just letting your creativity just fly. Just not being, just like taking the limits off of things. And also like and you'll read like a lot of this in the books that I write. Just like always make sure that you maintain the balance. Everything is about balance. It's like in this world, no matter what you do, you can't have too much of anything without a little bit of something else. You can't have too much fun without being a little bit serious to balance it out. You can't be too serious without having too much fun, which is something that I had to learn after meeting Alyssa. Just be well rounded.
And that's actually crazy you said that, because it made me think mathematically of the question you asked like way back during the
Early
anniversary
days.
episode. What's faster, light or darkness? I was like, if you think about it mathematically, if one is just like a tad bit faster than the other, it creates a abnormality. I think we could call it that, and then it would overlap, and then it would continue to overlap because that's how infinity works. And which either one is, you know, the greater number, it would just be like catastrophic. And then I had to think, I was like, is that how black holes are made?
Yeah. All right, so read my main series. It won't be released until probably like 2023, but my main series will definitely go into that. So you're gonna have to read that to figure out how I feel about what would happen if the balance of light and dark was altered. You're gonna love that. Actually, by the time we get to the, you know what, doesn't matter.
Just stay tuned. Creativity. It's out there in many different ways. Everyone has it. Just put it out there. Put your creativity on camera and put it out there. Yeah, on camera. I mean, not all creativity, because, you know, sometimes that doesn't need to be put on camera. But I mean, if it...
it could. You just gonna have to pay for
You're
it.
just gonna have to sell it to the right people.
There you go. We have many platforms for
OnlyFans.
that. Just about to say.
Wait, that's not funny, is it?
There was an idea that I wanted.
No.
Babe.
Dirty trunk says it.
After hours.
No.
Oh no.
No. Nah.
But no, seriously. Being you know, creative person, just create. Doesn't matter what it is, just create, put it out there. Even if it's silly, wacky, tacky, just create. because it's your ideas, and just to put yourself in that mode, that mindset of producing, to get yourself out of that consumer mindset. That's all it is to it. Just putting it out there.
So the reason why you ain't successful is because you spend too much time consuming things. Like Carl said that the big corporations are out here to make money off of you, and you just keep spending money on them. The reason why people like Warren Buffett are successful is because they buy things that people consume. Like Warren Buffett, like there's this one story of Warren Buffett that I keep hearing about. Like this man, just on a whim, just like, yo, I'm gonna buy Coke today.
And charge a penny more.
I'm just gonna wait. I woke up one day and just bought Coca-Cola. How do I, now that I own Coca-Cola, how do I make millions and millions of dollars more? I'm just gonna charge a penny. I'm just gonna charge an extra penny. Like people buy, 8.3 million glasses of Coke a day. I'm just gonna charge an extra penny.
That's great.
Wow.
And I can make millions of dollars more every year. So yeah, like it's like, and that has nothing to do with like the gist of what Marcus is trying to say, but like at the same time, man, like get out here and produce something, man. Like everybody got ideas. I don't care what you do. The problem is that the problem here is not the world around you right now. It's holding your ideas back. The problem is that you looked at your own ideas and you said that my ideas isn't good enough, so let me not even go in that direction. You counted yourself out before you even gave yourself a chance.
And I mean, even going off of that, I mean, you were just talking about how even in the past you saw that there might be a really good opportunity in network marketing where you might be able to make a name for yourself, sell and everything like that. That you believed in the product, but at the end of the day, it's not your product. Yeah. So the more energy that you can put behind yourself and believing in yourself rather than, hey, I believe I can make the people above me a lot of money doing this because I believe in that product.
Bruh, like, it's not even funny, bruh. Like, for real, like, yo, I spent years in network marketing, and I used to hear people say all the time, like, yo, but, like, you just got to go out there. You got to do it. You just got to make it's a numbers game and all that. All these just straight tactics, though. Like, yo, you just like spitting all this stuff about tactics, just how to do this, how to do that. And there's no passion behind it. Like, yo, like we had this conversation before. Like, people passionate about helping people, they get in a network marketing and they blow it up. But at the same time, at some point, you're going to learn more about entrepreneurship and you're going to go for your own product because you ain't necessarily sold on the product. Like, yeah, I can continue helping people, but I can do that on my own. Like, I don't need this company to tell me that I can use their products to start helping people. Like, for real, I can help people just by, getting them on my own product. But I sold that stuff, man, like... And no shade to anybody in network marketing, bro, but I learned a lot. I met a lot of successful people and had a lot of conversations with a bunch of people who make 6 figures a month. Like, I've had conversations with those type of individuals and been around those type of individuals for a night, and like you just learn things that you like. I can't even explain it, bro. Like, for real, y'all just gonna have to put yourself in a situation where you getting exposed to stuff like that. But like, just being in those environments, man, and learning so much about entrepreneurship, you start to realize, like, yo, like anything I touch, I can do that with. Like, for real, like I can go, like, there are people who, like, you'll look at something like, yo, this cheap ass tripod, you'll look at that and be like, yo, I would never sell that to somebody. There's somebody out there who going door to door asking people to buy tripods and making $1 million. Like, bro, for real, like if you know the principles of what you're doing, you can make a living, a successful living off of just knowing the values and the principles alone. Like, it doesn't matter what the product is. And my thing was, I could never stand behind a product, and I had to realize it wasn't even about the product itself. And there's a lot of people who were in those network marketing companies was like, this product don't work. I'm going to go use something else. Maybe I'll blow up off of that. No, you ain't going to blow up off of that. You ain't going to blow up because you ain't got the right mindset and the right mentality for it. And I've been there. I'm saying this because this is something that has went through my mind before. I was out here selling weight loss tea to people who needed to lose weight, and I felt like it wasn't the right product until I realized that it wasn't about the product. It was literally about my mindset. So when I wrote this book, I remember a guy when a guy, like one of my friends bought this book, right? And this dude, when I was in network marketing, I tried to present the opportunity to me. Everybody know what network marketing is. It's the pyramid scheme, whatever the hell you want to call it, where, you know, if you have a team, you make more money. It is what it is. I can sell products. I can build this downline or whatever, and I can make more money with this downline selling products too. Like, it is what it is. Call it a pyramid scheme, of a Ponzi scheme or scam or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. People making money off that shit. I've been there. I seen the checks. I seen the money. Like, it's there. But even with that going on, even with me introducing this individual to all of these people who were making a lot of money, like, this dude, he was just like, I ain't fucking with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, I don't believe in that. I don't trust that. That shit looks sketchy. Like, yo, like, he was just like, he want nothing to do with it, right? But I kept those same principles that I learned from that company, from being in that company for so long, and I put it into this. He never objected against this. He never objected. The very moment I put it out, he was one of the first people who bought it. He never objected to it. But so it goes to show you, like, when we talked about this before, Mark, when you believe in what you got, it doesn't matter what anybody else feels about your product. It doesn't matter what anybody else feels about what you're selling, or what their negative views about it is. If you believe in it, you'll succeed. If I fully believe in what I'm doing, I sat in front of the computer for hours doing this. I risked so many opportunities of getting fired writing this. I stand behind this 100%. There is nothing that you could tell me about this product that could sway me to believing that this won't succeed. But that's my opinion, because I wrote this. This is mine. This is something that I put my
blood, sweat, and tears.
Sweat, and tears. Not necessarily blood, but definitely sweat and tears. It was definitely
blood.
Long
few paper cuts.
Some long nights of oh god,
bloodshot eyes.
Very bloodshot. Oh my god, like, yo, it was gruesome, but we got there. That's all that matters. We got there, and I believe in this product. Like, there's nothing you can tell me about this. Nothing anybody can tell me about that. And, like, once you have that kind of conviction to what you have, you can't do nothing but be successful at that point, because you'll do anything to make it successful. I wasn't willing to do anything to make that other stuff successful. But here's what I learned after writing this. I'm now planning the same things that I was planning on doing when I was selling that weight loss tea. I'm just doing it with a different product. The principles are the same.
And you own a house now.
The values are the same. The principles are the same. The only thing that's different,
it's a product.
It's a product.
That's dope. So to circle back around to situation, a lot of people, they can't get to this point, or they can't get past that main barrier that is like almost the only hindrance to this spot is themselves. Some people can't. They're so stuck with because we talked about self-care last episode.
Yep.
Self-destruction. They have that going on real hard, and it's just they can't get past that to put something out there, even if it's just anything. They'll like try to start it, and they're just like, I ain't this person, or I ain't that funny, so I ain't gonna do that. I'm just, work my vanilla and I'm gonna be content.
Alyssa, how you feel about that?
Well, my facial expression said it all. I am infamous for that. I am a firm believer that I present more value being the support character to help push people up rather than push myself up. I feel all 6 of your guys' eyes on me. I mean, and I am proud of what I did to contribute to the book.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, just like I was joking around with Aaron, but at the end of the day, it is true. He kind of put the word jumble out there, but I helped make it English. I made things not speak in flowers. I made it so it's actually readable and make sure that the pace is good and all that, this, that, and the other. Like, I believe in my contribution, and I believe that I have something to contribute. However, me and Aaron talk all the time, where I'm very good at pushing things to get taken care of and go to the finish line. I'm not very good at starting it. So he's kind of the opposite. He's very like, okay, we're going to build the blocks and I'll build it, and he's the builder. I'm the designer, I guess, if you will. Like, that's just our chemistry. And maybe one day I'll find something that I find is something that I can just contribute to myself and I can just put forward. I can figure it out and I can build it myself with his assistance. Like, that's all well and good, but I feel that it's almost more of a detriment to myself if I were to be like, oh, I have to find something now. Like, I have to find it. Like, I believe that it's going to be something that's going to come to me eventually. And so in a way, I'm not exactly knocking myself for being self-destructive, but I am very critical of myself. I am very, okay, well, this didn't go so well, so, okay, maybe I'm going to shy away from that. I'm not very good with failure. I'm still working on it actively every single day. And I am very sensitive, I guess is the situation. He's very
Militant.
Yeah. He's definitely militant, and I'm definitely the, like, my feelings get hurt by myself or by him or whoever else.
I should have seen her when the grill fell.
Did you cry?
No.
Oh.
But I was like, okay, yep, that just lost a good, like, 60% of its value. Okay, yep. We might have to, like, come up with a whole different plan for the housewarming food, and, like, we might have some, like, pieces of the grill plate fall off onto the food, and what happens if we poison people, and what happens if this, that, and the other. Like, for better or worse, I am also very much of a, like, future, like, okay, how do the chain of events happen?
Overthinker, you could say.
Overthinker, but at the same time, I feel like
I'm one of those two.
there was one of these. There was a situation
Excuse me?
where
I said I'm one of those two.
Oh.
Overthinker.
there was a situation with the book, and I can't remember what it was, but he saw it as like, hey, you're being too critical, like it's just gonna work out. But then I ended up pointing out something, and I wish I remembered what it was. But he thought that I was just being overreactionary, and it ended up being something that was legitimate, like a legitimate concern. And he was like, I want to thank you for being the way you are, because if we didn't, then you wouldn't have pointed this out, and I would have never thought about it.
I remember that. I don't remember what it was either.
I don't either.
But it was really important.
Yeah.
Really
like,
important.
It saved us probably hundreds of dollars in errors and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
If not more. And I think that, in a way, like, I have to be very, very careful of when it creeps up. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we are how we are, as much as we can bicker and whatever, and, like, that's what couples do. We've definitely
get to that realization.
We've definitely gone our rounds, but I love him to death, and I love how he's a partner to me in every way, shape, and form. And I love the fact that we balance each other out, and we always push each other for better. There's always, like, those images of couples that grow together, like, you're actually, like, a little, what is it? Like the hammer and chisel, whatever. Like, you're always trying to build each other together, and watering the flowers of trying to grow together, this, that, and the other. And I believe that that's us. And I feel that my self-destructive piece kind of holds me back a little bit, but he's there to try and fill that in and be like, okay, nope, go, just fake it till you make it, go. I mean, even being on the podcast, like if people saw me first through 22nd episode, whatever, that I was on, I was a much bigger wallflower. I maybe said 5 words.
It wasn't just you.
I maybe said 5 words the entire thing. But now, every now and then I have...
that New Year's episode?
Okay, that was a whole different reason. But, I mean, even as time has gone on, I've come out of my shell. I'm trying to grow as a person. He's trying to grow as a person. And we're just kind of figuring it out. And I think that it's always important that you have somebody that's literally there to try and support you in every way, shape, and form. That they can spot your mistakes, and instead of saying, hey, you're screwing up here, he'll be like, and granted, he can phrase things a little bit more different, where it's not as hurtful sometimes. But he's like, okay, I see that you're struggling with this, but let's try and think of it this way. I mean, literally me and him together every single day at 9:00. I've got to say these affirmations so that I can try and help build my own. I know. I'll do it later. I'm not doing it on the podcast.
Do it right
now. Nope. Nope. I am not. Nope. But I mean, it's always important to not only believe in yourself, but also to find a following and people that actually believe and push in you, and push you to move further yourself. You're going to come across those bumps on the road where things get really, really hard, and it's heartbreaking sometimes. And just having those people to sort of lean on when you're feeling down definitely helps.
She about to cry.
Don't do it.
All I have to do is blink.
Don't do it.
I don't want him. I'm trying not to. Nope.
Get the tissue back.
Damn it.
Why are you
Damn it, I blinked.
Why are you crying? What happened? Did I miss something?
Wow. Well, thank you, Aaron, for somewhat agreeing to this surprise.
Somewhat agreeing.
Surprise.
Oh yeah.
I think I can speak for everyone when we say we're proud of you.
Yeah.
Very much.
And we cannot wait for your future success.
Thank you. Look, for real though, like I would say that you guys played a big part in this too. Like continuing this podcast, I don't know if anybody like really looks at it this way, but like continuing this podcast definitely means a lot. And like through thick and thin, it just seems like no matter what challenges are thrown at us, we always seem to get one done. And it doesn't seem like much, but in the thick of things, like if you think about like all the things that I've been through in my life, like I've never been able to start something, and like Alyssa just said, it like, yo, you can start stuff, but you ain't necessarily one of the ones out here finishing the stuff. Like that's not one of your strong suits. And like my assessment, if y'all read my assessment, it says the same thing. Like you can start stuff. You are really good at starting things. As a Virgo, you are really good at starting things, but you just do not finish nothing. That's not your strong suit. So when it comes to just like doing things in general, like yo, like this podcast being going on, like this is episode 84. 84, bro. We are going on almost 2 years of strong Dirty Trunk podcast episodes, bro. Like for real, like this, and that's amazing to me in a sense, like, cause y'all know the average podcast length.
Isn't it like 20 episodes?
Hell
Really?
no. What'd you say?
Is it less than that?
Yeah,
Less than 20.
way less than 20. It's 4.
What?
I'm sorry.
Well, we beat that out by 40 times.
Why?
It's 4. Like I don't know. Like
What did you do it for?
The average amount of people who start podcasts, they start it, they go for about 4 weeks, and then they done. That's it. So the fact that we've gone for 84,
could have wrote a fucking article for all the
But
shit you had to say.
like a YouTube video,
Bro,
like for 84 episodes we have gone in, and like it hasn't been the easiest to keep going. By all like no. By no stretch of the imagination has it been easy to continue for 84 episodes. And there have been situations where I'm like, where I've had to sit back and like, yo, why are we doing this? Like, what the fuck are we doing this for? Like, there have been times where I had to sit back and just like, for real, like, yo, you gotta get your shit together. What are you doing? Like, and something always brings me back. Something always brings me back to the reason why I'm doing this. And you guys have helped me like tremendously in this process, and being as supportive as you guys are, and just showing up, man. Like it gives me something to believe in a sense, man. Like so, thank you guys.
You're so welcome.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Awesome. Well, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast. We are signing out.
Like us on Facebook, rate us, all that good stuff.
Marcus ain't got the sales pitch on him, man. We gonna have to just take it from him, just like start over. All right, so like us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, wherever you can find the Dirty Trunk Podcast, and the Twitter's still blowing up, man. I was actually pretty shocked at seeing that. Like I was like, yo, that's really happening, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got a little confused. I'm like, yo, who posted that? Oh shit, that's like, yeah, that's actually happening. So you find us on Twitter at the Dirty Trump Podcast. I have absolutely no clue what the hell is going on there, but it's pretty good. It's getting interactions,
Yes, it is.
So yeah, man, and catch us on Facebook, and I think I said that already.
Leave a review.
Leave a review, definitely, because y'all know we got a lot of listeners, right, in a lot of different places, and we never got a review.
Review us.
I am so confused. They're like we know people personally who listen to the podcast that never reviewed it, and I'm like,
don't be scared. We won't come after you. I promise.
That's weird. Yeah. So. Leave a review, man, because the world needs to know that this podcast is still out here existing and running strong, bro. Like for real, like
also, don't forget to buy. Try it out. Read it. Good read.
So yeah, and the book link is in the description. You can find it on Amazon. You can find my author website at ajmcmullen.com. If you guys want to know a little bit more about me as an author, you can head over there, and actually you can find the book there. And for real, this might be too early to say, but I think there is a secret way to get a discount for the next book if you read the book. Talk about Easter eggs, right? So yeah, Marcus, we gonna see y'all out next week. Look out for Morris Castle and everything Morris Castle got going on.
Hey,
Coco, and hopefully at some point we'll have another book on the table. We just had like a whole stack of the platforms and all that. At some point, I want to. She having the same idea that you had already, I think.
Yeah.
The book covers on the wall.
No, well, I was gonna do like the glass case with the first published copy. It had it in a glass case, oh my fucking god, that'd be so fucking awesome.
I feel you. Yeah, Alyssa had the idea of having the all of the book covers on the wall, everything that we publish, have everything on the wall.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm feeling that idea for real.
Giant collage.
All right, guys. This has been us, Marcus.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, and we are signing out.
Peace, love y'all. See y'all next week.